Questions for the student athletes and then questions for coach. A reminder that we do have microphones, so please raise your hand and we'll get you a mic.
I'd just say start with questions. There's not a whole lot to say.
Questions for the student athletes?
Coach, kind of talk about the first and second innings. The innings were extended by, looked like plays that possibly could have been made, but weren't really errors.
You have to, the difference between winning and losing at this level is guys being so confident they just go out and make the plays. We just didn't make them. Simple as that. We don't make the pop up in the right field. That ball, I got two people should have had that ball all day long, every day. We don't cover first base the next inning, open up a whole inning, and it is what it is. You can't do that against good people. You get away with it. At times during the regular season, but obviously today wasn't going to be one of those days.
For Austin, how are you feeling out there today, and how much did the way that first inning ended, how did that affect you going forward?
It didn't really affect me much at all. I blew it for the team. That one's on me.
Reminder, guys, questions for Austin at the moment, and then we'll go ahead with Coach Gilmore after that.
Austin, how do you take this moment, this defeat, and get the energy from it and go forward as a team? You made it this far. You got a lot of good things going for the team. How do you revert the energy and go forward and attack the next challenge?
I know for me as a person, it's a learning experience. This is my first time in Division I baseball, so it's a learning experience. But as for the rest of the team, just relax the rest of the night. Tomorrow it's a new day. Anything's possible.
Austin, what did you throw?
Oh, hey, here we go.
Hey, Austin, kind of talk about the mood of the guys. Obviously, you guys are down. Do you think that knowing the type of guys that are on the team will be easy to bounce back from a loss like this?
Yeah, we're a very high energy team. Tomorrow it's going to be a completely new day. We're going to come back just how we came into this game. We're very good at coming back from losses like this.
Bringing up the grand slam, obviously that was the big blow of the game early, and it just set the tone and proved to be, the knockout. Take me through that. What you were thinking and what you threw in?
I fell behind, and so 3-1. I had to throw one in there and hope for the best. But I got to get ahead of hitters. I didn't do a good job of that today. And as soon as he hit it, I knew it was trouble.
Any more questions for the student athletes before we go on to Coach Gilmore? Okay, Austin, you can go ahead and leave if you'd like. Questions for Coach Gilmore?
Hey, Coach, I know it's soon, but will it be Herb that throws tomorrow? And is there any thoughts maybe starting Connolly, just as he's been pitching so well to get ahead early?
No, we'll have to, probably pitch Herb tomorrow and see where we go from there. The piece that's so frustrating as a coach is, we've had to piecemeal this thing. This isn't like this is something that's out of the ordinary. We've been playing like this for almost 2 months. We don't have a #1 starter. We've probably got, the weakest starting pitching of the 64 teams. I'll be very honest with you, okay? That's where we are. The young man who was sitting here recruited that kid to be a 1-batter, 2-batter situational left-hand left guy. And I'm having to start him because, our 2 real good freshmen and my #1 guy is a first, second round guy they're all hurt. We're trying to piecemeal it to get towards the end of the game. And he didn't pitch well today. He didn't. And we didn't do anything to help him. He didn't help himself. At the end of 2 innings, it should have been a 0-0 game, or maybe we're up 1-0. But it is what it is. You have to give Clemson credit. You don't make a play, they punish you. And that's the difference between playing. No offense to our league, but that's the difference between a Big South teams and ACC and SEC. You open the door and they slam it shut. And I tip my hat to them every time we play them, and that's what happens. If we don't make mistakes and we play and up to our abilities, so everyone, I know there's people that think that we're okay, they're a Big South team. Listen, the way we played today, we wouldn't make our conference tournament, okay? just so that we all understand, that's probably one of the worst performances across the board of the way we played, pitching, defense, base running, the whole 9 yards. One of the worst opening playoff performances we've had since I've been at Clemson. This is very bad. It's going to be interesting to see how we respond. You know, I'm looking forward to that piece tomorrow. I'm already fired up about it. You know, I want to see how many men I got on that bus. You know, it's going to be interesting to see if we show up and play tomorrow.
Coach, with that being said, just a follow-up to that, what do you tell the team to try to get them ready to play, as you seem a little bit unsure what team might show up tomorrow after a loss like this?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We did the same thing to UConn last year. We went in there and they had a first-round draft pick guy named Barnes throwing about 96 miles an hour, and we absolutely smoked them at Clemson last year. And you look at what they did. They turned right around and came back through the loser's bracket of that tournament and showed people they really were a really high-class team and ended up here in a super regional, you know, and played very well. So, I mean, to me, that's what we've got to feed off of, the fact that, you know, whoever it is we play tomorrow at noon, we've got to compete. We've got to get after them. And, you know, if you can win one, you take a deep breath. I do totally believe that the toughest recovery is tomorrow's night's game, having been in it several times, where you win the first one and you go into that second one, and if you lose that one, it's a tough recovery getting up that next day, to be very honest with you, because you exhaust a ton of emotion in that next game. So, you know, I think UConn fed off of that, you know, and got jumped all over us when, you know, when we showed up on Sunday at Clemson last year. So, you know, I'm going to try to use that as motivation, the fact that, hey, you know, hey, if you got to lose, you know, first day is the best day if you're going to lose a game. Yeah, in my mind, you got an opportunity to recover. You got all night to think about it, recover, get ready to go, and you know the other team's got to play and have a short recovery period and turn around and play you. So, you know, I mean, I think there's some positive things, and again, you know, for me, I think my message to our guys is going to be, you know, is this how you want to go out? You know, is this the type of performance that we want to finish the season playing like? You know. Because I'm just being honest, you know, we played like this a few times early in the year, but we haven't played like this in quite a while. You know, it's frustrating, you know, to be honest with you. And you know, let's be honest, in the game of baseball, it starts and stops to a large degree on the pitcher's mound. You know, and also one very good, and we got in a big hole. And you know, we also too, I don't know how many they got, but they got a bunch of 2-out hits. Kudos to Clemson. You know, I don't think we got a one. I mean, we had several opportunities, you know, some of our better guys, and we just, you know, and when we did hit it, it just didn't fall. You know, I mean, you know, C&I hit clinker off the end of the bat. I mean, you know, they had 3 or 4 of those today, you know, that just, they hit it and, you know, just fell in places we couldn't catch it.